Hey there, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel, Glam with Suzanne. For those who are new, thank you so much for stopping by. And as you guys know on this channel, I am obsessed with beauty boxes. I love getting them on a monthly basis. It's kind of like that gift to yourself. And this time I have a brand new box to share with you guys. And it is right over here. It is the Beat Face Beauty Box. And the reason why it's the first time I'm sharing it with you guys is because they are newly launched. This is their first ever box, and it is the January Beat Face box. And I'm so excited to be able to share the products with you guys. We are going to create a look using the products inside. So if that interests you, be sure to continue watching. And babes, you know what it is. If you are not part of my YouTube family, all you have to do is hit that subscribe button and be sure to click the bell notification so you don't miss a future upload. And if you want to see more of me, be sure to follow my Instagram pages, Glam with Suzanne, where I do all my beauty tutorials and different fun glam stuff that I'm up to. And follow my other Instagram page, which is boxycharm sneak peek if you love makeup subscription boxes. All right, babes, so without further ado, let's get right into today's video. Before we start unboxing this bad boy over here, I want to share a little bit of information about this box with you guys. This is a bi-monthly beauty subscription box. It retails for $39.99 and you get between 5 to 9 items, if I'm not mistaken, in your box. You should be able to create somewhat of a whole look with the box. That's sort of the thought process behind it. And this box actually is from the creator of Slay Glam Box. She says the reason why they decided to go for a different subscription box is because she wanted to be able to offer another type of subscription to her subscribers to carry bigger items inside, different brands, stuff like that. I think it's so great that Slay Glam Box is offering something different to its subscribers in case they want to opt for a bigger box and a more sturdier packaging at that. So if you take a look at this packaging, it is made of like a hard cardboard. It actually is like a little tote bag type deal. And it has like a little leather closure over here. So it's significantly more structured and I would say better packaged than the other Slay Glam Box. But the Slay Glam Box is just so cute and pink, and I just love that box as well. As you guys know, I have unboxed that box on this channel many times. I'll be sure to link one of my Slay Glam unboxings to this video in case you guys are interested in checking them out as well. But I am so excited to be able to dig into this with you guys today. So let's get started. You just open up the tab over here and it opens up like that. And inside gives all the social information for Beat Face box. And everything is nicely wrapped in bubble wrap. On top of all the items, there is an information card that lets you know the items that you received, as well as their retail value. So I will keep that aside so I can share that with you guys. And let's get started. I'm so excited to see what is in store here. There is one item that I realized when I tried to open this up before I started filming that was completely shattered. So I did have to repair that off camera, just to be perfectly honest with you guys, just because I didn't want to come on here and there's like powder everywhere, because I think that would be chaos. And of course, whenever you're shipping to Canada, I feel like it always gets like a little haphazard. Sometimes things come to you in one piece and sometimes not so much. So, I mean, that's nothing from the brand. It could just happen sometimes in shipping. So let's get started with the eyeshadow palette because I want to go in order of how I would apply my makeup, and then we'll go from there. So the very first item is an eyeshadow palette, and boy, is it gigantic. Let's take a look and see what this is. This is the Steb Secret of Beauty 35 color eyeshadow palette. So I feel like there's going to be quite a bit of shades in here, which I'm excited for. I've never heard of this brand before. I'm assuming they're an indie brand. And let's open this guy up. We have a lot of different colors to play with today. I'm going to do a couple swatches on my hand and then we'll get into a makeup look. So here are some swatches. I decided to swatch a matte as well as 2 shimmer shadows just so you guys can see kind of what the pigmentation looks like. So far, I will say that the swatches came out pretty nicely. However, it doesn't feel like it's the most pigmented palette that I've tried because the shadows don't feel as soft to me, but we will see. So let's get started. I swear to God, guys, this shirt is trying me today. I just pulled it off and look at the freaking collars. It's just straight up insanity. I don't know which way to put them, so I'm just gonna tuck them in because I could not be bothered with trying to iron this shirt today. It's the story of my life, you know? One thing I will say is that I don't like that this palette does not have a mirror. As big as it is, it would be kind of really nice if you could be able to use it with a mirror like that. Unfortunately, that's not the case. I'm just gonna bring up my own mirror over here and we are going to get started. The other thing is that there are no shadow names, unfortunately, so I'm just going to point and use. I'm gonna go in with these two shades for the transition color. So as I'm buffing the eyeshadow in, I'm using a matte shade right now. And I will say that these matte shadows are not the most pigmented shadows, unfortunately. You can build them up, definitely, but it just takes a little bit of time and patience. Normally, I can't be bothered with that, but for this video, I'm going to give it a try. So I'm just going to deepen the outer V using this deeper chocolate brown and mixing it a little bit with this light sort of charcoal black into the outer V of the eye. For the lid shade, I'm going to go in with this copper tone. Now I am just smudging some of the chocolate brown shade under my eyes to give it a little bit more depth. Now I'm going to take some of that yellow gold and place that into the inner corner of my eye. So now that I've had the chance to play with these shadows, I have mixed feelings about this palette. I do love the shade selection. I think there are so many different fun colors in here that you can use. However, the cons to me is that there is no mirror in here. And the other thing is that these shadows, although very, very beautiful in color, take a little bit of work to build them up. And I'm really used to shadows that are like one swipe pigmentation, a lot of like metallic sort of flare, a lot of foiled looks to that. I love those types of shadows and sort of that heavy pigment, whereas this takes a little while to build up. That might be really good if you're a beginner and you want to take your time and you don't take too much product on your brush and kind of like overdo it. So this way it kind of like controls you and how much pigment you pick up at a time. But for me, I just feel like it's a little bit more work than I would normally like to do for an eyeshadow look, but beautiful nonetheless. And there are so many colors in here, so that's still a win. This palette retails for $22. Now I'm going to dig back into the box to see if there's anything else that I can use to complete my eye look. There are these lashes by Rude Cosmetics. They are their Faux Mink 3D. This is in the style Accentuate, so let's pop these lashes on. So the lashes are now on and I am living for this look. I love the lashes. The lashes are so pretty and so wispy and they're just like really flirty and cute. They're not overwhelming. They were easy to put on. So far so good. Now let's dig back into the box to see what else we can play with. And this item is the Laura Geller Filter Fix Baked Correcting Powder. And I have already set my face, but I do still want to test this out, so let's open it up. This is in the shade Universal Apricot, and this setting powder retails for $33. Let's have a look, because I don't have a color correcting setting powder. I have like regular translucent ones, but nothing that's color correcting, so I am definitely interested. So as you can tell on the bottom, this is an apricot or peachy colored setting powder. I'm going to place it right under my eyes and see if it does anything. I actually like this setting powder because although it's not showing up on camera, I could see it in my mirror below. This tends to make that sort of grayish dark area around your eye. Although you've like put concealer and whatever the case may be, it starts to go a little ashy after a while after you set it with just a translucent setting powder. This has a little bit more warmth in it because it has an apricot undertone. And I find that that just sort of warms up the under eye, but the powder itself is finely milled, and honestly guys, I've used Laura Geller products quite a bit and I am in love with them, so I think that this is actually going to work out really well for me. I am going to continue to test this out, and yeah, super excited that this is in the box. Digging right back into the box, let's see what else we have in here. And there is something to warm up this face. This is the Rude Cosmetics Undaunted Blush Palette. Hopefully this works for my complexion, fingers crossed. This palette retails for $11. That's what it looks like on the outside. The packaging is actually hard plastic, which I like because I think it's easier to keep it clean. With all the cardboard casings, I always screw them up. Here are the shades, and I think it's actually pretty good because there is a matte brown in here, which would be perfect as a bronzer. There's actually a shimmery brown in here as well, which would be perfect as like more of like a glowy bronzer if you're into that. And then there's some blush shades. So I can't wait to make this work. Let's see. I'm gonna start with bronzing the face. I do like this bronzer because it's not a red undertone bronzer. A lot of bronzers have that sort of brick brown to them, so your face is left looking really, really warm. Whereas this is a little bit more ashier, which I actually really like because you're not left looking too red. So let's try one of the blushes out. I love that peachy blush. It is so pretty. So guys, this palette was a complete hit for me. I love the peachy glow that these two shadows combined look like. There's also a really pink tone blush in here, so for other makeup looks, I think that would be great. The bronzer, like I said before, I do love the undertone of the bronzer, so this item is such a little hit. I'm going to keep it on my vanity and pull for it regularly. Now let's move on to the next item. So far what I'm noticing with this box is that I can create a whole makeup with this box, and that's what their slogan is. On to highlighter, which is my favorite thing ever in my makeup routine. This is the Laura Geller High Def Glow Illuminator Duo. Now, this is the product that came unfortunately smashed in my box, and it was so heartbreaking because it's the product that I was the most excited for when I instantly saw it. However, I was able to repair it. I'm going to use them as a highlighter shade. I'm going to mix the two together to get a really illuminated look. And what I have noticed about this palette is that the highlighter shades in here are more of like a softer glow. So it's giving you just a really subtle, nice, illuminated look, but it's not like a streak of highlight. And that's really nice for your more natural days. But this is not gonna give you that super, super intense glow. It's gonna give you like a really beautiful, natural glow. Now that my face makeup is done, we're going to move on to the lips, and there is a product in here. It is by ColourPop Cosmetics. It is their Ultra Blotted Lip. This is in the shade Doozy. It is this really pink lip. I may decide to mute this with something else over top, but I do want to show you guys what it looks like without anything else on. To my knowledge, the Ultra Blotted Lip is supposed to be like a really lightweight, more sheer lip color, and it dries down to a matte finish, I believe. So let's see how this goes. That is what the lip color looks like without anything else on. It's a really, really comfortable formula. This is a formula that I actually have tried out by ColourPop before, and I do enjoy it because it dries down to a really sort of like soft matte. You can still press your lips together. It's not gonna pull or tug or, you know, flake off or anything like that. However, it doesn't go with the makeup look that I'm wearing, so I'm just gonna put something over top, and then we'll come back and chat a little bit about the box. Okay, so that completes the makeup look using the January Beat Face box, and honestly, I couldn't be more happier. I really feel like this look is really great for every day, and it was super easy to achieve, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. As for the products, I will say that the majority of them really worked for me. Really loved the Rude Cosmetics blush palette and the Laura Geller setting powder, as well as the lip product and even the highlighter. The only one that I was on the fence about is actually the eyeshadow palette. I feel like the pigmentation could have been better. I feel like a mirror would have been nicer. Just a couple more things that I think would have improved this palette dramatically. However, it still wasn't an epic fail because I was still able to create a really decent looking eyeshadow look using it. So overall, this box was a hit. So I went ahead and calculated the value of this box. Keep in mind, it came with 6 beauty products inside. So overall, the value of the box was pretty good considering that it's a $39.99 subscription. The one thing I do like about the subscription model is that I like being able to get different brands that you may not have necessarily picked up for yourself. And it's a great way for you to, you know, be introduced to a brand, test it out at home, and decide if you want to get into it later on. And I do like that there's always a really good value in beauty subscription boxes, which is why I always keep my eye out for new boxes. So thank you so much to Beat Face Box for sending this along for a review. Let me know what your thoughts were in the comment section below. What are your thoughts of the products that were in the box? What do you think of the makeup look? Just chat with me down there. I always like to hear also from you guys. If there is a beauty subscription box that you guys want me to test out on this channel, please comment down below. I always love to hear from you guys. And I want to thank you guys so much for spending your time with me today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It would mean the world to me. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And follow me on my Instagram page, Glam with Suzanne, as well as boxycharm Sneak Peek. Thank you so much, babes, and I hope to see you guys on another video sometime very, very soon. Take care.